Jack Twain and Jack Kingsbury, so Jack's battling into Redgate corner and they turn in with the pole man in front. So Jack Twain's got the lead and one that's run a bit wide into the gravel road. To the lead between Twain and Kingsbury. It's very difficult this time of day to pick up the cars on the CCTV pictures, but I think it's Twain still ahead of Kingsbury. And great to see so many cars out there this weekend, a much bigger grid than we had at Cadwell Park, and they're absolutely together for the lead as they head up the hill here.
Yeah, so two cars together then. It looks like it is Dwayne still out front. So they turn into McLean's corner for the first time. It's a 15-minute race. It looks like Jack Kingsbury still in second, a small gap back to third, but not too big at the moment. Turning up into Coppice corner now. They get from second to third, almost evaporating by the time they get to Coppice corner in actual fact. And then they come back onto the straight, dropping down the hill into the braking area for the chicane. And Kingsbury looks to the left, and when he switch back to the right, which will give him the inside line for the chicane now, just follows Dwayne through. Did we get a change for third there, possibly? In the background, who's in third now? Well, it's the 44 car of David Garside that's now in third position. Ollie Wayne is fourth. In fifth place is number 99 Neil Heath and Scott Edgar, number 21, rounding out the top six.
Oliver Wayne down the inside to grab third from David Garside. So Garside didn't keep the pace very long, did it? Some drivers moving up the order, some drivers therefore have to drop down. Leaders drop down the train of curves, and Ollie Wayne's going to lose third position again by the looks of it, because Garside come back up the inside of him. So, and has that lost Wayne more places here? I think he might have dropped right to the back of that queue of cars, back to sixth, heavy started by the looks of it. So that didn't go well for him, but the top two, they're getting away as those battle behind intensify, and Jack Kingsbury's right on the rear bumper of the leader. They turn right through Coppice, and then the gap back to new third place man, which is David Garside.
3/10 between the first two at the end of the first lap, but it's probably less than that now, but there's a big gap back to third position, and it looks like Kingsbury thinking about showing his nose to Dwayne in the lead of the race, but didn't do anything with it there. Over the curbs they go at the chicane and back into our view. So it's Garside in fourth, it's Heath in his third, sorry, Garside fourth, Heath fourth, Edgar fifth, and Wayne, as you say, did rejoin in sixth position, so lost all those places that he gained on the first lap. What a disappointment for him.
Plenty of road,
collected by Wayne, and the one that's in there is 90, that's the Heath car, isn't it, that's gone off into the gravel.
Yeah, it looked like Wayne was slow as well after that, so he might have lost more places. So he's having an eventful race. That'll be an interesting onboard camera to watch tonight in the paddock, I suspect. But this is lap 3 then of the motor race, the final race of the day, the K-Tec Racing Clio 182 Championship at Donington Park. And it is Jack Twain that leads then. And he's got a bit of a bigger margin maybe over Jack Kingsbury now. Then it's Garside in third. That means Scott Edgar in P4. He's come through from 7th on the grid. And down into the chicane they come. And they use all the road and force them through the right-handed element. The left-handed element's been a bit more cautiously taken than some of the other races. As they turn their way through that corner. It's 0.4 of a second, the gap hasn't really gone out between Dwayne and Kingsbury. There's yellow flags at Redgate, so no overtaking there. David Garside is third. Fourth is Scott Edgar. Under fifth is from Jason Pelosi. Then Scott Catcher. The turn this year started to shift by the grid, but it's been a good start for him. It is not a happy weekend for the championship leader coming into this weekend, but a good weekend at Cadwell Park. It's not going to plan at Donington. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day for him.
Top two still well clear of the rest. Still only a car length between Jack Dwayne, number 11, and Jack Kingsbury, number 3, as they climb up towards Coppice for the 4th time in this race. Garside, Edgar, Pelosi, Harding, Kia, Borman, Griffiths and Brady, the rest of the top 10, but none of them really in contention up front. That's split between the two Jacks. Jack Kingsbury tracing after Jack Dwayne down towards the chicane for the 4th time in this race, but back spreading out across the exhibition straights. There's a big gaggle from about big backwards actually. Probably about 10 cars in that group for 5th and backwards. Headed by, at the moment, the number 77 car, Andrew Harding's, fought his way to the front of that group, ahead of Jason Pelosi, then Ross Borman, and then just Kia.
Another great day for Harding. The car is 13th on the grid, and that's the 5th now. Got a good play, I think, at Cadwell, and a demonstrate perhaps that he's better than that, despite starting further down the order.
Group of cars heading into the old hairpin, but the leaders are at McLean's corner. They're in fact already heading towards Coppice corner, and still Jack Kingsbury in 2nd position, unable to do much about race leader Jack Dwayne. He has not done such a fast lap at Dwayne either. He's in a 1:23.98, Kingsbury a 1:24.14. Top 4 drivers all in the 24s, then about the next 11 all in the 1:25 brackets. That's really quite close in terms of their best lap times. Down to the chicane they come again. This is lap 5, so approaching half distance. We're probably going to get 11 laps out of this one, I think. And it is still Dwayne, number 11, leading from number 3, Kingsbury. Gap back to 44, David Garside in 3rd position. It's got Edgar in 4th, those two actually, Garside and Edgar did identical lap times. That's lap through, both of the personal best as well. Harding still been for Lazy 6th. But the two leaders, 3.8 seconds clear the rest.
So the fastest lap for Jack Kingsbury, 1:23.7. But they're quicker than anybody else in this race, and that's what matters here. And out of the chicane, they are no, the old air going to say they are no too Jack Kingsbury does not get much closer to the back of the leader, so surely a challenge is going to be coming soon. We're into the 2nd half of the race now, and it's just so close. They're so evenly matched. I guess you'd expect in one-make racing, and I think the Clios offer so much of a slipstream, so you really have to fight your way past. And Jack Kingsbury's trying to get a tighter line through Coppice, try and get on the power earlier for the run down the straight to the chicane on this the 6th lap of the race. And Dwayne is feeling the need to put the car a bit more in the middle of the road than before. I guess he'd be conscious of what happened at Cadwell and being passed towards the end of the race, is that you have to really defend a bit to keep these drivers behind you, Ian. And Jack Kingsbury, again, right on the tail of the leader.
Yeah, hopefully he'll have learned his lessons there. Kingsbury, though, looks to briefly get up the inside of Dwayne, but then seems to decide better of it. Kingsbury's I think 4th of championship. I'm so proud of the two starting in the car, as they make their way to get up towards the front for the 2nd time. Really close between the two drivers, and they clearly